Welcome to Hays Post News. I'm Becky Kaiser. USD 489 is facing a $1.3 million shortfall for next school year. It's considering several options to reduce that funding gap. During Monday night's board meeting, board members talked about fee increases, including a $30 increase in the workbook material fee. Another proposal calls for implementing a $150 transportation fee for students who use the bus but live within a 2.5-mile radius of their school. Both proposals would exempt students who qualify for the federal lunch subsidy. Figures from Transportation Director Russ Henningsen show 1,083 students currently ride the bus. That's about 40% of the total enrollment. Board President Greg Schwartz suggested possibly cutting bus routes and imposing school boundaries as ways to cut down the number of students bused to school.
Our primary job is to provide the best education we can, and getting them to school doesn't really do any of that. Now, if it's the difference between them showing up or not, then it's a big deal. But if we can ensure that they're going to be here otherwise, I'd rather take that money and put it to supplies. Well, any number of the things we're looking at cutting.
The Kansas House Appropriations Committee is holding a series of hearings this week in response to the recent Supreme Court decision which ruled the state's funding for education is unconstitutional and unfair to poor school districts. The Kansas Senate plans to produce a proposed budget by Friday. USD 489 Superintendent Dean Katz says that may mean school districts would have to make up the funding difference by increasing their own local option budgets. That would require a public vote. All of the USD 489 budget change proposals will be again discussed at next week's work session. James Leiker is the new USD 489 Board of Education Vice President. Leiker was unanimously voted into that position during Monday's board meeting. Members also formally accepted the resignation of former Vice President Darren Shoemaker. His departure also leaves an empty seat on the school board. The members adopted a resolution to post a vacancy notice so those who are interested can apply. Unemployment rates in Ellis County rose slightly in February, but still remain below 3%, according to the Kansas Department of Labor. The February report shows a jobless rate of just 2.8% in Ellis County. That's up from 2.6% in January. A year ago, the February unemployment rate was 3.2%. Statewide, the seasonally adjusted jobless rate ticked up slightly from 4.8% in January to 4.9% in February. A year ago, the statewide rate was 5.6%. You can see the unemployment rates of all Kansas counties on our website, hayspost.com. 10 nonprofit area charities and organizations have been awarded Healthy Living and Area Action Grants by the Heartland Community Foundation. According to Grants Committee Chairwoman Susan Bowles, Healthy Living grants were awarded to First Care Clinic, Rooks County Health Center, Hays Recreation Commission, North Central Kansas Technical College, and Lincoln Elementary School in Hays. Area Action Grants were awarded to Hays USD 489, Friends of the Hays Dog Park, Smoky Hills Public Television, CASA of the High Plains, and the Kansas State School for the Blind. Heartland Community Foundation serves Ellis, Trigo, and Rooks counties. For details about each grant, go to our website, hayspost.com. Precision Valley Golf Center in Hays will soon sell bicycles along with their golfing equipment. Remodeling is underway for the new bike shop, which will include full-service repair. General Manager Landon Paul says they'll start selling the Giant bicycle line. About 40 are on order, and then they will expand their selection.
Miles of bike lanes being potentially produced or set up in Hays. We kind of saw the opportunity for a bike shop to be in Hays, and it'd be kind of different to not have a bike shop. Preliminary right now, we want to get the bike shop up and rolling and just getting that attention to it and seeing what we can do that way. We plan to carry 30 to 40 Giants in the first preliminary order, along with all the accessories, and have everything we have to be able to be mechanically sound with taking care of bikes, and we'll have a repair shop and everything else as well.
The new bike lanes and the Bike Hays Master Plan are the routes for the Hays Area Children's Center Rope 'em Ride fundraiser, May 3rd.
Your cure for the ugly bathroom is the Access walk-in tubs and Prolux bath and shower liners from Steeder Contractors at this year's Spring Expo, March 29th and 30th. Prolux gives you a brand new bathroom look with an acrylic liner that's 4 times stronger and 3 times thicker. Schedule your project during the Spring Expo and save $400 off a Prolux complete acrylic bath system from Steeders. Also, check out the Steeders selection of spas, fireplaces, eco-water and air conditioner systems at the Central Kansas Spring Expo in Great Bend.
The service you deserve, the quality you expect. Service Master Clean, Service Master of Hays. Everything we clean, satisfaction guarantee. And we clean everything with Service Master of Hays. Service Master. Service Master of Hayes.
Hi, Jim Cleland, Cleland Pharmacy, Waukegan. At the beginning of the year, it's a good time to look back the road you traveled, where you're going, where you've been, and what are you doing. We asked the computer for the 100 most popular drugs we dispensed in the year 2011 and 2013, and what did we find? We have reduced acquisition costs by 28.68%. We can lower the cost of prescriptions for you. Come in and see us. Let's talk about prescription therapy.
This is a news update from the Salina Post. The latest government snapshot says Kansas's winter wheat crop is in need of moisture in most of the state. The National Agricultural Statistics Service reporting that 25% of the state's wheat crop is in poor to very poor condition, about 43% rated fair, 30% good, 2% excellent. The report noted the persistence of dry conditions in southwest Kansas during the past week, while parts of eastern and northwest Kansas received some light rain and snow. Extremely windy conditions have caused blowing soils, particularly in southwest Kansas. Kansas farmers are planning to put in more acres of corn and soybeans this season than they did a year ago. Monday's prospective planting report from the National Agricultural Statistics Service offers the season's first glimpse into the major crops Kansas farmers plan to grow. Kansas farmers told the agency they intend to sow 4.4 million acres of corn this spring, up 2% from last year. Expected soybean acreage in Kansas is up 8% at 3.9 million acres. But farmers plan to devote less land to sorghum, with an expected 2.7 million acres, down 13% from last year. A spokeswoman for the Kansas Corn Growers Association notes the figures are simply estimates at this point based on conversations with growers. There is little seed in the ground at this time. A monthly economic index for 9 Midwestern and Plain states has risen slightly, suggesting economic growth over the next 3 to 6 months. A report issued late Monday says the overall Mid-American Business Condition Index inched up to 58.2 in March from 57.4 in February. Looking 6 months ahead, the business confidence portion of the overall index declined to a still strong 59.0 from 59.7 in February. The results are from supply managers and compiled in a collection of indexes ranging from 0 to 100. Survey organizers say any score above 50 suggesting growth, while a score below 50 suggests decline. The survey covers Arkansas, Iowa, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Oklahoma, and Kansas. A new report says better than expected collections of Kansas sales and corporate income tax helped swell state revenue by $12.2 million, more than anticipated for the month of March. The report from the State Revenue Department also says tax collections through the first 8 months of the fiscal year totaled nearly $4 billion, or about $130 million more than expected. Corporate taxes in March had been projected at $30 million, but totaled $47.7 million instead. Sales tax receipts in the month were $7.9 million more than the $155 million that was anticipated. The state's fiscal year runs July 1st through June 30th. This has been a news update from the Salina Post.
Thanks, Randy. Remember to check our website for more news, sports, and other information. Click on hayespost.com. The weather forecast is next with meteorologist Dan Holliday. Stay tuned.
Stop! Where are we going?
The Sternberg!
Don't get left behind. We're waiting for you here at the Sternberg Museum, where there's always new opportunities for
discovery under the dome.
Imagine powering all of your Wi-Fi devices seamlessly with Eagle Fusion. Your laptop, gaming system, and other electronics connect to Eagle's internet. Call 877-61-EAGLE to get Fusion for only $5 per month.
Imagine your favorite TV show following you through the house. With Eagle Fusion, you can stop your favorite program in one room and start up in another without missing any of it. Get Eagle Fusion for only $5 per month by calling 877-61-EAGLE today.
Welcome back to Hayes Post News. Blowing dust Monday causing limited visibility, and that closed 2 state highways in the area. Kansas 27 from Goodland to Wheeler and Kansas 25 from US 36 to the Kansas-Nebraska border were closed most of the day, both reopening about 6:15 Monday evening.
Cloudy and cool overnight. Our low will be in the mid-30s with an easterly wind at 15 miles per hour. We'll have some dense fog in the morning on Wednesday. Then by afternoon, our high 55. Our rain chances will go up a bit towards Thursday morning. Scattered showers Thursday, windy and cool, and 45. From the Eagle Stormwatch Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dan Holliday.
Tuesday is Election Day in Kansas. For local races, be sure to check Hays Post for area results. I'm Becky Kaiser. Thanks for tuning in and webbing in.